Ruined it. It did. I'm sorry. Ruined it. Japanese food has always been better. It's peak. Okay, it's peak. Not only that, let me tell you guys something that like culture shocked me. And if you're not American, can you tell me if you feel this way? Okay. I'm not really like one to leave the country that much. Okay. And I noticed when I'm in Japan that Japan is very polite. Everyone there is polite. Everyone there is kind. Most everybody. They all help a lot. You know what I mean? On like a lot of things, there's like order. Like even when you go up an escalator, everybody stands on one side of the escalator to leave room for other people to walk by. You only ever see that in America in airports. That's it. Not on escalators, okay? It's everywhere. I get back to America, and the very first thing I do is I go into a bathroom. And there's a woman walking in a circle, talking on speakerphone on her phone, okay? All right, just having a full-on conversation in the middle of the bathroom, talking on her phone. Another woman almost bodies me, like doesn't even look up from her phone when she's walking, almost just shoulder checks the fuck out of me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, okay? Then I'm going through customs. Can I even say this? Or am I gonna get in trouble? I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm gonna say it. Bro, US Customs, if we want people to like coming to America, we gotta fix US Customs. We have to, okay? We have to. Because the officers at US Customs, there was literally 80 people in line. There was 2 officers. 2 going through them, okay? That's it. 2. And one of them would send someone on their way and then start texting on his phone, like giggling and laughing, okay? Like he had a high school crush, okay? Kicking his feet. He would take 2 minutes to text on his phone before calling the next person up, okay? Finally, okay, I go up, and the US Customs officer has somebody that flags him in front. So he ends up having to pause the entire line for 10 minutes while him and the other officer and a police officer come over, and they all talk about it. And they're fucking laughing, giggling, smiling, like a whole bunch of kindness, right? Joy in their hearts, joy. And I'm waiting 10 minutes. He walks back over after I see him smiling and giggling. And when he calls me up, he was so fucking rude to me. He was so rude, okay? He goes, "Why are you here?" He's looking at my passport. American passport, by the way. "Why are you here?" I said, I was born and raised here. He goes, "Where are you from?" I said, "Virginia." "Where do you live now?" "Boston." "Who'd you travel with?" So I tell him. He goes, "How do you know them?" And I said, "They're just my friends that I've known over time." He goes, "Say that again." "They're my friends and over time." I said, "Okay, all right, whatever." So I'm like going through these fucking questions, and I'm like, you know what? He's maybe got to be aggressive. You know, Trump don't deport me. Exactly. Like, I'm a good noodle. By the way, my grandma already thinks that I'm going to get deported. She messaged me about it. She said, you need to stop leaving the country because apparently they're illegally detaining American citizens. Did you hear about this? My grandma texted it to me. I had no idea. I said, what? Okay. That's a whole other story. And that's a whole other story. I'll tell you guys that later. Okay. Okay. But listen, apparently they said that, yo, like I told Rosie, I said, "Rosie, if I get illegally detained, you better hop on a flight tomorrow and start the vlog, okay? I am going to be America's problem if I get illegally detained. Hop on a flight, start the vlog tomorrow." It's going up on the channel, okay? Because I am a US citizen, okay? I will be coming out of there talking shit. I will. But that was just a joke. Okay, that was a joke for my grandma. But then I'm like, okay, well, all this is like bad stuff. And I'm like, literally, while I was coming back, I'm like, man, maybe I'm just getting like a bad perspective, perspective of like America from like the interactions I'm having,
so gorgeous,
right? Because I've been oh, thank you, Alex on Twitch. I appreciate it. I'm not, okay? It's called makeup. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. That's very sweet. But what's funny, okay, is I go and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably just grouchy because I left Japan. And I noticed that on my ticket, they changed my seat. And I'm like, hold on. No. I literally had to pay extra money to sit closer to the front so I can get off the godforsaken plane sooner. So they moved me all the way to the back. And so I go to the counter where it says seating questions over the Delta stand. And I go up to this guy and I say, "Excuse me, sir. May I ask you a question?" I'm super nice. "May I ask you a question about my seat?" And he goes, "No." And like, I thought he was joking. Like, I genuinely thought he was joking. So I said, "Oh," like, haha, like I laughed. And I was like, "Oh, like, no, seriously though. Like, I actually need to talk to somebody." And he goes, "Okay, well, you can walk around there and go to that stand. I won't help you." Straight up. Straight up. You get paid to do your fucking job. You are literally, he just didn't want to do it. And the guy who he points to looks over, like he literally is like, "Bro, like you could have fucking done it. You know you could have done it." Like the guy gives him a side eye and I'm like, that is fucking crazy. So I just, you know what I did? I walked around and I asked the other guy. I am not going to argue with the airport clerk, okay? I wanted to get on my plane and move on. That's it. I was not gonna argue. Should have been a Karen and made a scene. No, bro. No. I wanted to get on my flight and leave. That's what I wanted to do. So I got on my flight. I moved on. Okay. And that's it. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. You need to get TSA pre-check. TSA pre-check ain't gonna do nothing, not for customs. TSA pre-check will not do anything for you. Still have to go through customs. I would have had to do the same thing. You're talking about like taking off your shoes and stuff. That's like a little different. You know what I mean? Bushi is a door. I know. Look at him. Bushi, you want to deal drugs? Stinky boy. What you doing, Stinky? Hello. Look at him. Hi, Stinky bug.